Hi everyone, this is Jordan Katie with Carolina Housing. Today I'm going to do a video to walk you through how you're going to select a room if you've applied by the priority deadline and to participate in the room selection time slots. Once I log into the housing portal, which is myhousing.unc.edu, I'm going to click on the housing application at the top of the screen. I'm going to navigate to my already complete 25-26 housing application and open it back up. I might have to pass through some pages I've already completed, because what I'm looking for is my time slot page. So everyone that's applied by the priority deadline gets assigned a room selection time slot, and you're not going to have access to the process until your time slot is current. So my time slot either needs to be right now or needs to be passed in order for me to navigate to the actual room selection page. You can see here as I pause on the roommate group page that I am in a roommate group of 2. So this means that if I have the earliest time slot, I'm going to be able to assign my friend in my roommate group at the same time I assign myself. If you do not see all members of your group here on this page, then something has gone wrong. You're not going to be able to assign any student unless they are actively in a roommate group with you, and they should be in this roommate group before you make your housing selection. This is the room selection overview. So if you are confused about what your next step is going to be, if you want to pause and read through these instructions, you can do that, because we should hit our room selection time slot page up next. This is the first page you'll hit in the room selection process. This is, again, a page you're not going to see until your time slot is live. The first page will show you available room types. If you do not see a room type on this page, for instance, single, that means there are no longer any single rooms open to select. But I have a roommate, so I'm actually going to skip single and I'm going to choose double. Now we get to a page where we can actually filter by building as well as by areas of campus. So in particular, my friend and I are interested in living in Keenan, so I'm going to select Keenan. Narrowing down the choices with the filters here on the left will allow you to move through a little bit carefully. As we see, these are all the available rooms in Keenan that I can select from. It tells me that there are doubles, there are 2 beds in this space, tells me that it's on the first floor, tells me that it's on North Campus. And if I'm looking for a particular space, I can continue to scroll and use these numbered pages down here to get to the exact room that I'm looking for. Once I find what I'm looking for, it's just like online shopping. I'm going to add the room to my cart. I'm going to scroll all the way down and hit save and continue. So here is where I'm actually assigning myself and my roommate to our beds. I'm going to put myself in Keenan 103A and my roommate in 103B. If my roommate is not in this roommate group, this is where you would notice, because you won't be able to assign them. If you hit an error on this page, it's possible that your roommate did not sign up for housing by the priority deadline. If that's the case, you are going to have to navigate back to the roommate group page and remove them from the group. Remember, housing selection is only open to those who applied by the priority deadline. I'm going to assign both beds, and it looks like I did get an error that test user 2 does not have a housing contract before the priority deadline. Unfortunately, that means I'm going to have to go back to my roommate group, and I'm going to have to remove her. So I'll come back in here. I'm still interested in living in Keenan, but this time I'm just going to select one space for myself, and the other space will be filled as the room selection process goes on. So you'll see there's now only an opportunity to assign one of us. I'm going to pick one space, assign myself here, confirm and complete my room selection. Once I hit this button, I am formally choosing Keenan 103A, and I cannot change my mind, and I cannot have this canceled or change it until we get to room reassignments in the following January. So if you hit this button, please make sure this is the exact space that you're looking for. If my roommates were assigned with me, you would also see their selections and their names under yours. So here is an application status and assignment details. This is where we see again a summary of the space and the room type you selected, as well as any other roommates that are already assigned to that space. And that is the end of room selection. If you went through the process and you didn't have a roommate group, but you're interested to see who eventually selects the other spaces in your room, you would always click on My Assignment and then Future Fall. This is a live kind of updating summary of your future fall assignment. So right here, my roommate information is blank, but as the process goes on, someone's probably going to select that other space in key in 103, and their information would populate here when they did. If they gave permission for Carolina Housing to share their cell phone number, that will pop up here as well.